Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make carrot cake. So it's a very simple recipe and we're not going to use milk. So our ingredients are 2 cups of grated carrots, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, we have baking powder, we have vanilla essence, we have cinnamon, we have 4 eggs, we have a cup of oil, this is vegetable oil, and then we have sugar. Okay, so we're going to start. So in my bowl I had the 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then I added 2 teaspoons of baking powder, also added half a teaspoon of salt, and I also added 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. So this is the cinnamon that I've used. You're going to add 1.5 teaspoon of that, and then we're going to whisk all this together, and then we go to the wet ingredients. So you're going to whisk this very well so that everything mixes. Of course, the baking powder, have our salt to balance it out, the cinnamon. You're going to whisk this really nicely and then you're going to put it aside. Okay, so for my dry ingredients I've added 6 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, depending on how much you like your sugar, you can add a cup of sugar, but I added 6 tablespoons of sugar, and I added a cup of oil, that's vegetable oil, and I also added a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now we are going to whisk this until fine, and then I'm going to add the 4 eggs, but I'm going to add an egg at a time. Okay, so let me whisk this together and then I'll be adding the eggs after that. So as you're mixing your oil and sugar mixture, you're going to add an egg at a time. Add an egg. This is my first egg. So 4 eggs for you. My first egg, I'm going to whisk and then add the next egg like that till the 4 eggs are finished. After whisking the first egg, it should look like that, and then of course add your second egg and whisk it well until it mixes, because we're going to add our 3rd egg and our 4th egg as well. So let's add our 3rd egg and mix. Let's add our last egg, and you want to mix it really well. So this is our mixture. So what we want to do right now is add our dry ingredients. Remember the ones that we had added, the baking powder, the cinnamon. So we're going to add this a batch at a time as we whisk. So you'll be adding a little at a time, whisk, add a little at a time, whisk, until everything is on this bowl. So we're going to mix it until everything is well mixed and the batter has a drop consistency, so it's a bit thick. And now we are going to fold in the carrots. Remember the carrots that we had shredded, the 2 cups of carrots we are going to add in here and mix gently. So this is our batter. I've just added the carrots in, and what you're going to do is going to use a spatula or a spoon or a mwiko to fold it in. So you just fold it in gently until everything is mixed, and then we are going to line up our baking pan so that we can now start baking. But as we are lining our baking pan, we are going to preheat our oven 180 degrees for around 40 minutes. This is how our batter should look like. So now let me take the pan out, grease it up, put in flour so that the cake doesn't stick, and I'll also preheat my oven. So this is our pan ready for the batter. So we're going to pour this in. going to level this one out and make sure we get everything in before we put it in the oven. So there we go, 180 degrees, 40 minutes. See you in a few. So here we are. I've given it the knife test, so you'll poke it with a knife, and if the knife comes out clean, it means that your cake is ready. So I'm just going to remove it from the oven and let it cool for around 10 minutes so that I can remove it from the pan. So this is our cake out of the pan. Smells really nice. I'm going to have it with some milk. And yeah, it was a love-shaped heart. So guys, you'll tell me what you think. Tell me what to make next on the channel. So yeah, I decided to cut a slice for myself. And here you go. Look at that. So yeah, tell me what you think. You can try the recipe. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, share the video, and yeah, thanks for watching.